What is going on, everybody? It is your boy SK. I'm here with my guy Rap, Mr. Vocal Vike over here, and we're about to get right down to it. You like that new one right there, huh, Rap?
Yeah, that new one. Yeah, that new one go fire, boy. That new one go
I had to
fire.
switch things up. I had to take off the little skull game. We're still purple gang, but
Right,
we had to
right,
take
right,
it off, get a little more smooth with it. But
right.
welcome in, everybody. As like I said, it's your boy SK. I'm here with Rap himself. I appreciate everybody tapping in, man. I might as well get right to the shout outs right here. It's my fault. I got caught up with the kids a little bit. That's why I'm running a few minutes late. But I'm here. That's all that matters. Shout out Mr. Bob Swede, Mr. Mock himself. We're not mocking yet, but we're almost there. We got a full season to go through. Barber 1975. What's going on? Skull for life. Appreciate you tapping in as always. Papa Gary, what's up, Papa Gary?
Let's go.
Man, it's always good when we got Papa Gary in the house, ain't it?
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Papa Gary, Barber fade you up in the house. Let's get it, man.
And we out here selling McCarthyism. This is what we do.
McCarthyism, man.
You guys have tapped into the McCarthyism show live because this is what we're about to do. All right.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna
appreciate
be
you guys.
Yeah.
Let's see who else we got that tapped in with us. Just a bunch of you guys saying how late I am. I'm sorry. Skull State of Mind. What's up, my guy? Up the street, tapping in from California. You know how we do. Adam Desatels.
Yeah, that's Adam, man. That's our guy, man. Him and Gary.
I know I butchered that last name, my guy. But
it's just
I'm gonna
Adam.
Just call
just
you
Adam. Just Adam. That's it. Just Adam.
I'm gonna just
Roasted.
call you Adam. So again, thank you everybody for tapping in, man. Joker Nation, thank you for tapping in. We appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
It's always a good time when we got Purple Gang in the house. But what's up, Rap? How we feeling, man?
Man, we feeling real good, man. Football is right there, man. Literally, like, man, we made it. Like, for real, we made it. So, I mean, it feels good, man. I'm excited, man. Is it Skull State of Mind? Yo, Rap, give me an update on Pace Jr. Man, the update is, I'm saying, Green Dot, man. Green Dot Gang, you heard?
Mr. Green Dot.
Mr. Green Dot. Yeah, I mean, hey, look, Woods. I didn't make that decision. You know what I mean? Brian Flores them came up with that decision. I ain't make that decision, bro.
Yeah, we leave it to the coaches to make those.
I left it to the coaches this year, man. You know what I mean? They gave him the green dot.
Bro, I'm just saying he told you so. That's all.
Green dot shot Nah, but I'm excited, man. Like, listen, football's here, man. Like, football's here. I'm actually shocked. Like, I tapped into a little bit of the game, wanting to see what Drake May would do tonight, but they let him only do one series.
So, that kind of pissed me off.
Like, that would piss me off as a Vikings fan if that's what Kevin O'Connell would have did with JJ McCarthy. That would have pissed me off. For real.
Oh no, like we're damn near riding if JJ McCarthy only gets
JJ McCarthy damn near about to ride like 3 quarters
on Saturday, Doug.
Oh yeah,
we're gonna be pissed off if JJ McCarthy only plays one damn series. That's gonna tick us off. But no, I tapped into that too, just to obviously see what Drake May look like. Because outside of JJ McCarthy, Drake May was kind of the guy that was being mocked to the Minnesota Vikings. So obviously, we want to see what we quote unquote missed out on. And I know it's one series. I think he threw the ball maybe 2 times. Once was the screen pass. The other one was a ball like downfield. Looked like it was a kind of a dig route. Ball was a little high, but you didn't get to see much. But if we're talking about swagger and aura, like Drake May is towards the bottom of that quarterback class. Because if we're just judging off the aura and the swagger of these quarterbacks, Drake May don't got it. I'm sorry.
He damn sure don't.
No sleeves, no socks, like none of that. And Caleb Williams is right behind him too.
Yeah.
But other than that, man, didn't get to see much of him. I tapped in to see a little bit of the Lions game. And look, I'm not gonna sit here and be a hater. Those new Lions uniforms are kind of hard. I'm just gonna say it. They're kind of fire. I hate you, Lions. You got some cocky ass players. You over here threatening to injure people and did injure our guy. But those new jerseys are kind of fire. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
I gotta tap in and see him. I didn't even tap into that game. I'll go watch
they
it.
definitely look like the throwbacks. I give them that. I'll give them the
Okay.
uniform. Thumbs up on the uniform. The actual team, fuck y'all. But but other than that, yeah, man. 2 days away from Minnesota Vikings football. This offseason has flown by. The draft flew by. Mini camp, rookie camp, and we're right in the middle of training camp now. And after Saturday, we have those joint practices with the Cleveland Browns. Yes, we're looking forward to Saturday's game against the Raiders, but those joint practices against the Cleveland Browns, I think that's going to be the major test. And that's where we're really going to see who's going to become the starting quarterback for this team, which if we were to ask this 3 weeks ago, I think we were all kind of sold on, okay, Sam Darnold's going to be the starter week 1. We're going to ease JJ McCarthy in and just kind of see how things go. With how things have gone these past couple weeks at training camp, JJ McCarthy's right in the mix for that quarterback 1 spot. What you feel like?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and even if he, let's just say hypothetically he isn't even thought about to possibly start week 1. I still am firm behind what Kevin O'Connell's doing is making Sam Darnold go out there and play. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like Sam Darnold has to play, bro. Like, he hasn't earned no right to be just sitting out or even just running one series, bro. I feel like to be honest with you, I think he should play like a whole quarter, like a couple series, to be honest with you, to prove that he can do what he's been doing in training camp as far as, you know, seems like a little connections there with him and Addison and JJ and stuff like that, Justin Jefferson. So, I mean, I want to see it. Obviously, Justin Jefferson isn't going to be playing, but coach didn't say anything about Addison not playing. So you think Addison's going to play? I mean, he didn't mention it. So he said most of the roster is going to play. So I'm not sure. Maybe they won't play Addison, but I would think he would have said something. Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna, I mean, obviously it looks like a 3-game suspension is gonna happen for Jordan Addison, but it's not gonna happen until after his court date, which I don't believe it's until like October.
Yeah, it's in like October or something. Yeah.
So it's a ways away. So if we're talking about just team punishment, make his ass play in the preseason.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why not? I mean, especially when you got McCarthy, who it looks like he is fighting for the quarterback 1 position here.
Yeah.
And it's going to take, I'm not going to say a lot because he's done a lot within this past 2 weeks at training camp that's shown that he's respected and that he should be in this quarterback competition for QB1. So why not have one of your top receivers out there that he can throw to during these preseason games? Now, I'm not saying run Jordan Addison for the entire preseason. Let him go out there and play the first quarter. Yeah. Let him go out there playing to the second quarter with JJ McCarthy a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that. But I do expect Jordan Addison to play, most definitely. I think we know Justin Jefferson, he's not going to touch the field in preseason. Harrison Smith, I don't think is going to touch the field in preseason. And then I would say Darrisaw, you'll probably see very, very little of. But other than that, I feel like
I think there's gonna be I think the list might be semi long on the defensive side, if you ask me, to be honest with you. Like I think guys like Josh Metellus probably isn't gonna play. This is my opinion. You know, I feel like the key guys probably aren't gonna go because you really don't want to risk it, you know what I mean? But I mean, I'm a firm believer in play the dudes, man. Like at least for a quarter. Like I've always felt like that. Like even Justin Jefferson, because you can't run from injury. So like if an injury is gonna happen, it's gonna happen, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like just go out there and let them play. But again, man, I'm not against sitting out certain players, but Sam Darnold isn't on that list. Like facts, like, and that's just what it is. And like you said with JJ, this does mean that the QB1 job isn't on lock yet. You know, it's not on lock yet. You feel me? It does seem like the past couple days, I would say it feels more like Sam Darnold, maybe. is running away with it. He's not sprinting away with it, but maybe gaining a little bit of distance just on the fact of, and that's not a knock towards JJ saying that, you know, he's not going to come in sooner than later, but just, hey, going into week 1, we're just going to, you know, just to be a little comfortable, we're going to go with Sam Darnold until he, you know, gives the job to you pretty much. Well, let's give him the rope to hang himself damn near. You know what I mean? Like, that's what they go do.
Yeah. And let's be real. JJ McCarthy having a great training camp, but Sam Darnold's having a really good training camp as well. This isn't just Darnold shit in the bed and JJ McCarthy looking good. They're both looking really, really good in training camp. I'm not there in person, so I can't give a definite answer, but just from the information I'm getting, whether it be from Twitter or whether it be the people that I've talked to that I've had on the show in a couple weeks past,
right?
It looks like JJ McCarthy kind of has the edge as far as how good he's looking in training camp. But again, when you're coming in as a rookie and this coaching staff already kind of has a plan of having Darnold be the starter week 1, you got to do a little extra to win that position battle. So I wouldn't be mad if Sam Darnold starts week 1, but I don't think either one of us would be surprised if JJ McCarthy wins that starting job and ends up starting week 1 to start the season. So
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think me and you've been calling that since we've been going to draft them. Like, I just don't see Sam Darnold being able to hold back a guy like JJ McCarthy, man. I just don't see it, bro. I'm sorry, I don't. Like, and that's the thing. If it happens, it might not even be based off of play, bro. It might just be based off of, you know, just doing good by Sam Darnold and at least giving him another chance. You know what I mean? Looking at it like, hey, we're gonna let you play a couple games. If you start going downhill, though, we just gonna let you know, man, you coming out. But if you can build some value, because obviously you're not going to be a Minnesota Viking for long, right? So, like, if you can go out there and showcase yourself, man, we'll do right by you, let you go out there, give you your opportunities, and maybe a team next year in free agency, you know, because, you know, things happen, bro. They'll look at Sam Darnold kind of like how we did, and then he'll get another opportunity on another franchise to maybe be that guy that they have faith in, bro. But I think like, and this is me in particular too, and maybe some Vikings fans, I feel like after we brought Sam Darnold in, I think I jumped the gun on getting a little too upset about it, right? And not really looking at, you know what, if you really sit back and think about it, we did exactly what we're supposed to do, is go and get a quarterback like Sam Darnold, draft a quarterback top 10. Sam Darnold is just a placeholder, man. Like, he really is. So I'm excited, man. Hey, look, I'm going to be excited either way, but obviously me and you both want JJ McCarthy to start. I think he's ready. We'll see Saturday how he plays, but I have faith, nothing but faith in him, man, for sure.
Yeah, that leash is definitely getting shorter for Sam Darnold with how well JJ McCarthy is playing.
Yeah, facts.
Definitely. And you already brought it up, and I said this on Twitter. When KLC said Sam Darnold is playing against the Raiders, that's telling you right there, he doesn't have that QB1 spot on lock. You got to do some proving in this training camp as well, Sam. So that tells you if he wasn't going to play and he said, hey, look, JJ's just going to start the game, or Nick Mullins is going to start the game and JJ is going to come in and play a big chunk of time, then we could sit back and say, well, you know what? It looks like Sam Darnold's going to be the week 1 starter. We're kind of keeping him on ice. We don't want to get him hurt or whatever. But by him actually playing this game tells you, that's the coaching staff telling you, this competition ain't over just yet. Sam Darnold may be leading right now, but the competition is not over for the QB1 spot. And I'm looking forward to it. I think JJ McCarthy is going to get a really big chunk of playing time, hopefully a whole lot more than what we saw from Drake May today. And then also another guy that's kind of linked to the Vikings from last year's draft, and Hendon Hooker, he's getting a lot of playing time with Detroit today as well. So I'm looking forward to it, man. Vikings football just being back, us being able to see this team out on the field in US Bank Stadium wearing that purple and gold. There's nothing better than that. I know.
Man, can I play something real quick? Man, let me play something real quick, man.
Play it.
This is Kyle, man. Hold on. Hold on real quick. Let me pause it. Because I want y'all opinion, Vikings fans, and I put this on Twitter, but I don't have a lot of followers, so most of y'all probably ain't hear it.
Sam's got it.
Let's hear this.
I keep hearing that Sam's got it. I just would like to see him have it eventually. it feels like one of these like very pretentious movies that the film snobs tell me you just chocolate.
Oh my God.
You have to watch Eat, Pray, Love, and I don't want to. And then if you see it and don't like it, watch it again. I've seen the Sam Darnold movie several times, guys, on different teams in different cities, different parts of the country, and I'm just never really gonna like it. I don't think. Maybe there'll be this huge wake up, and all of a sudden I'll see the hidden motifs and the brilliance of the shot and Kurosawa. Until then, I just see bad teams and bad performance. So what I don't want to hear is like, oh, it's Sam's job. It's Sam's job. It's Sam's job. Why? You just drafted this guy who's one of the best ever, who never loses, and this is not like Kurt Warner is there in the Giants and Eli is beneath him. Like Kurt Warner was an MVP and won a Super Bowl. What has Sam Darnold ever done other than be a really good teammate and make coaches like him? I'm sorry, this is a results-organized league. You go by the results. He's not won. Put JJ, if JJ doesn't win it, fine. But I'm not here for this closed-mindedness, this thing with the media. It's Sam's job. It's Sam's job. Really? Why? What has he done?
Hey, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, Kyle was in his bag. You hear me? Like, he was in his bag during that. I had to say that straight up. Like, why? Like, why? For real, though, that's the question. Like, why do we feel like, and it's not everybody, but why do some of us just feel like Sam Darnold should just automatically be the star? Why, bro? Like, that's what you got to ask yourself.
Yeah, no, and look, I know we want to go through the whole process of making sure the kid's ready. JJ McCarthy's only 21 years old, but KLC said it earlier. I'm going to play the guy, and he wasn't necessarily talking specifically about the quarterback position, but he says, I'm going to play the guy that's going to give this team the best chance to win at any position. And if JJ McCarthy's that guy, we can't look at it as he's a rookie, he's 21 years old. We have Sam Darnold, who's a veteran guy. We've seen the Sam Darnold story before. Yes, this may be the best roster that he's been on or best team that he's been on that he's been able to be a starter for, but don't allow that to stop you from putting the better quarterback out there, which may be JJ McCarthy. Who knows? So I know I'm loving what I'm seeing out of camp out of JJ.
Yeah, me too.
But I know there's a long way to go as far as what we need to see in preseason and live game action. Right. Training camp, yes.
Right.
But I want to see him against another team. I want to see him a big portion against the Raiders. I want to see him a lot against the Cleveland Browns in joint practices. And that's hopefully what we're going to get on Saturday and next week. So
the good thing is too, SK, is like this situation, like remember last year, we had Vikings fans, me in particular, was like messing around with Jaron Mahomes Hall, and we can't wait to see him in preseason and this, that, and the third. But there's definitely a difference this year, Vikings fans, man. I just want to let y'all know, like, me especially, try to support the players that come on the team at first until they show me different. But again, man, this situation is a lot different because JJ McCarthy absolutely is a winner. He's proven already, right? He's proven at every level except for the NFL. And the only reason why he hasn't proved the NFL yet is because he just got here. He's 21. Yeah. He just showed up. But guess what, man? I can see it in the future. He is going to prove it because somebody who's used to doing it at every single level, why would it change now, bruh? Like, just ask yourself, why would it change now? It's not. He's built like that. That's just him. It's him, man. It's in him. You know what I mean? It ain't on him. I'm telling you, man, and look, we might be glazing them, and that's cool. I'll take it because me and you in particular, being Michigan fans, you couldn't ask for anything better for us. Like our favorite college team's quarterback came to our favorite, and that don't happen, bruh. Like that stuff like that just doesn't happen, and it happens. So like, yes, we super lit. You feel me? The glaze session has started. Let's go.
The glaze session has started. The McCarthy glazing has started, but let me get some more shout outs in. Mary Fish tapping in. Thank you, Mary. As always, you always showing the support. Hopefully we'll see you at SKOL'd Fest, which is coming up.
She's gonna send us some stuff. She's gonna send us
just a little bit over a month away from SKOL'd Fest, you guys. Night before the opening or home opener in Minnesota at the Corner Bar. I'll plug it again before the end of the show. Make sure you guys tap in, reserve, RSVP your tickets. It is free. It's a free event. It's free to get in. We're giving away a bunch of shit, whether it be, I'm not going to give all of our stuff away, but if you went to last year's SKOL'd Fest, you know the type of shit we were giving away, and it wasn't no cheap little rinky-dink stuff. We were giving some, you know, high-profile things away, gave away tickets to the game, which we might be giving away again this year. So make sure you guys tap in, RSVP your tickets, and be there. SKOL'd Mafia in the house, our guy, one of the OGs, tapping in as always. Appreciate you. SKOL'd Mafia is going to be at SKOL'd Fest.
Man, you know that. That's the SKOL'd bro. That's the SKOL'd bro, right? He got to be there. You feel me? Like, I was telling, it's funny. I was talking to Gary the other night, like after the show with me and Luff, man, on First and SKOL'd. Shout out to him, man. I had a great time on that show. And like, me and Gary were talking, and we were talking about SKOL'd Mafia, how much we love him and stuff, man. And that's just our boy, right? And we're like, yo, he actually seems like a content creator that doesn't do content though, right? Like, it's crazy, bro. Like, that's how tied in he is with us, bro. Like, he's damn near a creator without being on the camera, bro. Like, dead ass. Like, he need to just start a channel just posting pictures or some shit, man. He'd get more subscribers than us.
Right? For real. Nah, we got him hooked on Minnesota too. So when he came, we're doing a little story time here, guys, because we got the whole family that tapped in tonight. Last year, our boy SKOL'd Mafia's never been on a plane before. I don't think it's been to Minnesota before. Didn't go to a game before, at least a home game. And he flew out to Minnesota just to come kick it with us, do the SKOL'd Fest, and go to the game. Now this man makes it every single year. So that's our guy right there, man. That's our guy. Shyla tapping in. My girl Shyla. I love me some Shyla.
Shout out Shyla.
Tapping in, girl. Shout out. I know she'll be at SKOL'd Fest as well.
Okay.
Everybody else from VWO. Looking forward to that. Let's see. Two-Tone tapping in.
Shout out Two-Tone in the building, man.
Yeah, appreciate y'all, man. But going back to Saturday's game, or the game coming up in a couple of days, we already went over Sam Darnold being the starter, McCarthy kind of being the big chunk guy. He's going to play most of the game. I think KOC said that Jaren Hall was going to play a little bit during that game too, or at least Nick Mullins not really playing. So, I mean, where does that leave Nick Mullins in your eyes?
I think Nick Mullins, to be honest with you, I think Jaren Hall is going to go to the practice squad. Like that, I think that's what's I think he's going to be the practice squad quarterback and be able to learn the system and stuff. Cause I could definitely see a future of Jaren Hall being a backup or being at least a third string on this team. You know, I think the coaching staff and Kwesi and them actually like him, right? Because although they might have just reached for him last draft where it was like, hey, we're just going to get a quarterback just to have another quarterback and maybe it can turn into something. And but I really believe that they're still intentional with the things they do. So like I say that to say that I don't think they're just going to cut bait with him. I think they're going to actually keep him close, put him on the practice squad. I think the reason why they're not going to really put Nick Mullins out there to play because he's already showed that he can run the system because he was in it last year and actually had to play meaningful games with KOC to where he's not going to be the starter. So he just needs to sit back. Nick Mullins can just sit back and kind of watch. And, you know, if it comes down to it during the season, you can call him up and he'll be there. If he's the third string, he'll be ready to go. So I just think this is a good opportunity for KOC to just reevaluate Jaren Hall and some game speed at the same time. That really all three quarterbacks, Sam Darnold, JJ McCarthy, and Jaren Hall. Those are the three guys that have to prove that they can run KOC's system smoothly. And yes, the book's not going to be wide open, obviously, during the preseason game, right? It's going to be more simple formations and stuff like that, probably simpler calls, but you still want to make sure these guys are, you know, got the timing down right. And so you can go back and watch the tape and see who's really ready, even because there's a possibility Jaren Hall could be number 3, man. But I think they're going to keep Nick Mullins, though, for sure. I think.
And that's kind of what we mentioned as far as Sam Darnold playing. That doesn't necessarily lock him into that quarterback one spot. With Nick Mullins not playing, I feel that locks him into this 53-man roster. So if he's not on this team by the end of training camp, it's not because he got cut. I think it's because he'll be traded, which I don't think that happens regardless. Right. But if he's not on this team, it's because we traded Mullins, not because we cut him. I think he's extremely valuable to this quarterback room. We can go back to when Kirk Cousins was on this team. And he even helped a veteran like Kirk Cousins of how to translate KOC's playbook and to call those plays in the huddle by saying, the play call into his voice memos in his phone and then listening to them and playing them back in his car. And JJ McCarthy even said the same exact thing. It was, I believe, earlier this week for his press conference saying, Nick helped me out by kind of, showing me how to remember or memorize these play calls by saying it into the voice memo and then playing it while I'm on my way to the training camp or training facility or wherever you're going. So there's little stuff like that Nick Mullins brings to the table that Jaren Hall doesn't necessarily bring. He doesn't have that veteran presence or that veteran leadership in that room to do stuff like that. But at the same time, Nick Mullins, he said this at the end of last season when we fell short, we didn't make the playoffs. He took that seriously. He showed that he cared and that he loved his teammates and that he wanted to be on this team to the point that he was pretty much crying on the podium at the press conference, which I don't like my quarterbacks crying and boo-hooing.
I know what you were saying about Caleb Williams. Yeah,
but that's different. He wasn't crying in his mom's arms after the game. But he showed that he cared about this team and cared about this organization. And I think that was noted by not only this coaching staff, but by this front office and this ownership as well. So I think Nick Mullins sticks around. His spot is kind of solidified on this 53-man roster. But you're right. Jaren Hall, he has the opportunity to do something, but I think we both agree he's a practice squad guy. And he may end up on a roster somewhere else, and good luck to him if he does. But I don't think he makes this 53-man roster.
No. I don't think so either. I mean, the only way he's making this 53-man roster is if he goes out there and looks like goddamn Patrick Mahomes. If he looks like Jerry Mahomes Hall for real during preseason, and they like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? Like, whoa, hold up a minute. You know what I mean? Like, but I doubt it. You know what I'm saying? I doubt it. I think the focus is definitely on two quarterbacks in that room right now, and that's obvious, right? It's about which one's gonna be QB1, and if one is QB1, how long is he going to be QB1 until we transition to our franchise quarterback? Because JJ is going to be the quarterback. It's inevitable that he will be. It's just about when will it happen. All right. So yeah, man. I'm again, man, off of quarterbacks. We could talk about like the defense, man, because honestly, I'm excited about some of the defenders that we're going to see out there on Saturday too, man. One in particular, man, is Nudie, right? So like, and Nudie wound up, if people remember last preseason, he got a great interception during the preseason game. I think it was against the Cardinals, if I'm not mistaken. But he showed some flash last year. And now this year, I've been hearing a lot about him as the cornerback. I'm gonna tell you, Andrew Booth Jr. Boy, look here. I'm telling you, boy. hey. And then let's talk about this real quick too, because they was talking about JJ McCarthy, and I seen a couple plays where it might have not have gone his way. And the guy on the other end of that was Bobby McCain. Like, look, you can look at it one or two ways. All right, JJ McCarthy had a couple bad plays out there, or Bobby McCain just making plays, dog. Like Bobby McCain might be one. I'm trying to tell you, he might be one.
That is low key. I think that's JJ McCarthy's like kryptonite in training camp so far. I think he's the only guy that has picked off JJ McCarthy, which I think it's only been 2 or 3 picks this entire training camp if we're keeping track.
Yeah, it's been 2.
I think both of them have come by the hands of Bobby McCain, which it's bittersweet, I guess. Like, we don't want JJ McCarthy to throw picks, but we also want to see one of these guys that we did bring in to fill that void in the cornerback room or safety room, if you want to consider him a safety, which that's kind of what he's playing. That's been the guy that's kind of stepped up and picked off JJ McCarthy. So, it's good to see our defense out there making plays too. It's not just JJ McCarthy and Sam Darnold torching our defense out there. There's been some days where defense is looking really good. And JJ McCarthy's also said it in his press conferences. They asked him, what are you looking forward to in the preseason game against the Raiders? and he said, I'm looking for vanilla coverage because Brian Flores has been sending the heat at practice. So it's a trial, trial by air or trial through fire, whatever you want to call it. JJ McCarthy's getting everything thrown at him. And I think that was one big thing going into training camp that maybe KOC approached Brian Flores with, or that's just the way Flores is they may have had a discussion. Look, this kid's not going to be ready if we're just running vanilla defenses against him and he's just kind of sitting back and picking and popping. We got to send some pressure. We got to really, put the fire on him and see what he's really made of. And I think he's responded great and he's looked really good. And I think him going out and playing against this Brian Flores defense all training camp, it's only going to benefit him later on. And hopefully starting Saturday, we see that beneficial side of things to where he's going up against a vanilla defense. He can pick and pop against most of these guys because, as we all know, in preseason, including us and all the teams, they're not going to show everything. They're not going to blitz very often. They're not going to, throw these exotic looks at you on the defensive side of the ball. It mostly is kind of vanilla stuff. So
it is.
We could be in store for a really big JJ McCarthy game on Saturday. But I know our expectations are high, but let's not, go crazy and think JJ is going to go out there and throw for 250 yards in his first preseason game. He may not even have an opportunity to do that with how much playing time he gets. So I'm looking forward to him playing against the vanilla defense and seeing what he can actually do against a different team. So
I think Kevin O'Connell's gonna let him rip it though. I think he's gonna let him rip it. I do. Because if not now, then when? You know what I mean? Like, it's preseason. You kind of want to let him go out there and see if he can, even if it's vanilla, you want to make sure he can read it, right? You want to make sure he can read it. But going back to the Brian Flores thing too, man, I stated this in a video, and me and you know this, man. Him playing with Michigan, bro, is no different. Like, we had one of the best defenses in the nation, if not the best. And he had to practice against that all the time too. So, like, that's another thing, man, he's been going through playing tough defenses in practice and stuff like that. And he even mentioned that. So he's ready, man. You know what I mean? I'm ready for him to show the world, right? Like, the ones that doubted and this, that, and the third. I'm just ready for that to hurry. I think I'm more anxious for him to hurry up and get out there and just kind of let people know for sure, like, damn, you know what I mean? He really is good. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm excited to see.
Oh yeah, we're waiting to talk our shit because there was a whole lot of doubters out there. Now, granted, there is a whole lot of supporters out there for JJ McCarthy, especially in the purple and gold. But before he got drafted, there was a whole lot of people out there kind of just throwing, oh, well, he's not ready. He was on a team that was stacked. They were a run-first team, blah, 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 blah. My thing was always, as a coach, I've coached before, if you can run the ball and the other team can't stop the run, I'm going to keep running the ball. I don't care how good my quarterback is. I'm going to keep doing what works. When Michigan had to throw the ball, they threw the ball, and they did it extremely effectively with JJ McCarthy. So now you're on a team where you have weapons all over the field. I'm not going to necessarily say we're a pass-first offense, but we're a whole lot more pass-heavy than Michigan's offense. But JJ McCarthy is going to show that all that kind of rumors around where he can't throw the ball and it was a run-first team and they didn't want JJ McCarthy to throw the ball, he's going to prove those naysayers wrong. And I promise you that. You that. And I can't wait to talk our shit.
And me neither. And people also fail to realize too is Michigan is always been known as a team that likes to run the ball, even before Harbaugh. If you think about it, the touchdown record at Michigan for a quarterback is only 25 touchdowns. Yeah. Like, that's the record, bro. Like, JJ McCarthy I think he had 23, or 22 or 23, but 25 is the record, man, for a quarterback, most passing touchdowns in a season at Michigan. And that was in it was a while ago. I forget his name too, man. It's at the tip of my tongue, but it was years ago. So that, I mean, that put it in perspective too. Like, that's just Michigan football, man. Like, for real. Like, that's just Michigan football. It is what it is. So, hey, Tom Brady went there.
You got to look at the quality of JJ McCarthy's reps, not the quantity of his reps. when he was asked to throw the ball. And these were mainly in high stressful situations where it was 3rd and long. We needed a play from our quarterback. He made that play, whether it be with his arm or with his feet. People forget he can move. He can move. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. But speaking on the defense, what's your expectations for this defense in 2024?
Man, in 2024, I think I'm a little excited, man. Like, and I'm gonna tell you why. Like, so some people are saying we got rid of Danielle Hunter, and that is gonna hurt us a little bit. But I look at it like this: I think we actually got better, bruh. And the reason is because we have more. We have more. Like, it's like obviously Danielle Hunter's a beast, right? But if you think about it, after Danielle Hunter, then what? You know what I mean? That's where the issue lied. It was like after Danielle Hunter, then what? Now this year, I feel like we have this guy and that guy. You know, we can Grenard, we have Turner. We got to see what Turner does. But at the end of the day, touted to be a beast. And he's so far in camp, he's been talked highly about, saying that he's doing his thing. I just think the depth is getting stronger to where Danielle Hunter went down. We had to put, you know, DJ Wanham and Patrick Jones, which Patrick Jones, I like Patrick Jones, and he's still out there. But I'm gonna tell you right now, we about to be getting to the quarterback a lot more, I feel like, than we ever did with, well, I ain't gonna say ever, but at least in the past couple years with just having Danielle Hunter there holding it down by himself, because he was pretty much the sole pass rusher we had. Like if he got hurt, it was over with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like for real. For real. So the depth is getting better. So my expectations definitely is taking a step forward, because I think we actually have a little bit of depth now. We got some cushion there, like where it's like, if an injury does happen, we can still hold up the same kind of intensity. Or if no injuries happen and we're blessed by the football gods, yeah, I'm saying we can just cause havoc out there, especially on that defensive line, man. Especially the pass rushers, the edges, and the linebackers in particular, for sure.
Yeah, no, and obviously we have a concern with the cornerbacks, but the excitement around this defense, I think it's just as high, or should be just as high, as we have around this offense. Now, obviously, we may not have a Justin Jefferson caliber player on the defensive side of the ball, or a Jordan Addison, or as far as talent, elite talent on the defensive side of the ball compared to offense. But with Brian Flores kind of heading this thing, and the guys that we did pick up this offseason, we're talking about Dallas Turner, but we're forgetting about Jonathan Greenard. That's one guy that has been very, very good for the Houston Texans. Yeah. And I think what kind of flies under the radar with him is that last year, Texans brought in a rookie pass rusher in Will Anderson from Alabama, and he kind of guided his way through his rookie season. Will Anderson had a really good rookie season. We're expecting him to do the same for Dallas Turner. So, like Delton said, our pressure rate went up. And you mentioned it as well. It was Danielle Hunter, and then after that, it was just kind of whoever can get after the quarterback, Patrick Jones or DJ Woonem, which I think we'll miss DJ Woonem a little bit just off of the rotational piece. I like DJ Woonem. I think he went to Carolina, right? Is that where he went?
I think so.
He went to Carolina. But we got far deeper at the pass rushing position with Van Ginkel, with Greenard, with Dallas Turner. Patrick Jones is going to be mixed in there. In our linebacking core, I think a lot of people are selling that position group short. Obviously, we got our guy Ivan Pace Jr., who I think he takes another step this year. And I think he's going to be in the mix to be a Pro Bowl linebacker this year, if he can stay healthy. But then you got guys that Brian Asamoah, he had some type of torn tendon or ruptured tendon last year that he kind of just played through. And we are all kind of wondering, like, what happened to Asamoah? Like, he had such a good rookie year. He was supposed to take that next step, and he just didn't take that next step last year. And come to find out is because he was injured the majority of the year. So you got Asamoah stepping back in. Hopefully he stays healthy. So you got a bunch of guys in that front seven that can make things happen. And obviously on the back end, you got your Harrison Smiths, you got your Josh Metellus, you got your Cam Bynum. And hell, with how training camp's been going and year in and year out with how this guy gets better every single year, Theo Jackson might be in the mix for things as well. And a lot of people are saying Theo Jackson might be Mr. Mankato of this training camp because he's having such a good offseason and training camp. So I'm extremely excited for this defense. I want to see what Brian Flores has up his sleeve. Because let's be real. Last year and the year before, we were kind of, just throwing caution to the wind. Last year, Brian Flores was just blitzing everybody. He didn't care. Let's just try and get after the quarterback. Well, now we got 2 legitimate pass rushers that can get after the quarterback to where we don't got to blitz a whole lot or every single play. We can kind of let our front 4 blitz, sit back, play our coverage, play our man, which it seems like we're going to be playing a whole lot of man. So we're in more of a position where we can be a little bit more exotic with this defense because we have guys that have been in this defense for a whole nother offseason, and we can kind of throw things and mix things up now. So I'm excited to see what Brian Flores does with the talent we have on defense because we got the talent now. It's just how's it going to be used? So that's what I'm excited for.
Yeah, me too, man. I think Brian Flores has already proven that he can take pieces. I always say this in videos and stuff that I do, that Brian Flores will make a player look better than he actually is because he's a great coach, in my opinion, man, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Some people might argue that about as being a head coach, but as a defensive coordinator, though, he is great, man. He knows how to put players that might be mid in some people's eyes, but make them look like they're Pro Bowlers. Like, for example, like an Ivan Pace that happened. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things where we took a chance on him as an undrafted free agent, and he put him out there right away. Like right away, man. Like, just knew like there's something about this guy. We got to put him out there right away. And again, this year, there might be another undrafted free agent that might, come in there and be the same thing. Like me, it's funny. Gigi them had a live the other night, and they said, yeah, he might win the Ivan Pace Award. I said, well, my boy got his own award now. For sure.
Hey, one a year. We'll take one undrafted free agent a year that comes out and ends up making this team. And that's Gabriel Murphy out of UCLA, which there's a lot of guys, which when I talked to Doogie, what was it? I think it was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, 2 weeks ago, because I had Randy on last week. When I talked to Doogie, he said, we all were kind of flabbergasted or wondering why didn't this guy go in the 3rd, 4th, or 5th round? Like that seemed like where he was kind of projected to go, and he didn't go drafted at all. So if we can go out there and find a gem as an undrafted free agent every single year, Kwesi, my man, you're doing your job. You're doing what you got to do. And again, I've kind of mentioned this throughout this offseason, is that this is Kwesi's best offseason to date. There wasn't a whole lot of head scratchers or questionable moves. The only thing I can hold against Kwesi this offseason is that he didn't address the defensive tackle position. That was the position that we needed some more meat on the inside. So I may hold that against him a little bit. But other than that, you've addressed every single position of need. It seemed like you had a really, really good draft, especially if JJ McCarthy pans out. The free agent signings that you went out there and did. You even tried to take a swing at Christian Wilkins, which, reports out we were that close to signing Christian Wilkins until the Raiders came in and just dumped the whole damn, Brinks truck for Christian Wilkins, which I can't blame him for taking that money. But I wish we would address that defensive tackle position, which I think that's going to be the number one need, if not cornerback, next offseason. Yeah. So if anything, I think that's what kind of, if anything hurts us, it'll be the defensive tackle position. But overall, Kwesi has had a great offseason, draft, free agency. Everything is kind of coming together, and you're starting to see Kwesi mold this team. And I'm loving what I'm seeing, what he's done.
Hey, but don't sleep on Drake. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Levi Drake, bro. Don't sleep on the big boy. Hey, big boy like that. You hear me? Like, hey, look, I'm telling you, man. Listen, I'm not gonna doubt any young player that's in the 7th round or anything like that. Once I start hearing traction of they're doing their thing in training camp, and people are actually seeing this with their eyes. Our fans that go there, that are in the building, and you got people like Judd that are saying, well, he got the energy like John Randall, bruh. You don't just throw that around like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be seeing something to just be throwing that around. You know what I mean? Like, you tripping. But when he said it, I'm like, dang, boy, you came off the ledge and said something like that? Boy, you know, hey.
I got to see it to believe it, though.
Me too, but I'm just saying, though. Hey, I'm just saying.
Hey, if that's what it is, then hey, that's another home run for Kwesi.
No, but you got a good point, though. But you do got a good point. I mean, he didn't really they didn't really nail the defensive tackle. Although they did, like Gary said, he did try. At least he tried. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why I'm not going to necessarily hold it to him, because he took a huge swing at the top, one of the best defensive tackles, if not the best defensive tackle in the entire league. We took a swing at it, and we almost got him. So I'm not going to necessarily hold that against Kwesi too much, because it looked like we took a big swing at him, and then we looked kind of at everybody else and said, we don't want to dump too much money into a guy that's not of Wilkins' stature. We might have to wait a little bit. So I'm not going to necessarily hold that against him. I wish we would have addressed that position a little bit more, but with everything else he's done this offseason, whether that be grabbing JJ McCarthy and holding pat for JJ McCarthy. Yes, we traded up one spot and gave up, what was it, a 5th or 6th round pick to move up a spot, which is nothing when it's
which we didn't have to do, I don't think, but maybe.
We didn't have to do, but to be safe, make sure you get your guy, because at that point, that shows you that
I think Denver was trying to go up.
Yeah, because I think but it was between JJ McCarthy and Michael Penix. I think just like JJ McCarthy, this team or this coaching staff was high on Michael Penix as well. We weren't necessarily, because we didn't like the big knee brace. We didn't like that he was very, mobile. We wanted a guy that moved around. We didn't want a black Kirk Cousins, and that's kind of what you're getting from Michael Penix, which he went to the perfect spot by backing up Kirk Cousins and learning behind Kirk Cousins, which I think that's going to be great for Michael Penix. Kirk Cousins is going to be the starter for Atlanta this year. But after that, Michael Penix is in a perfect situation in Atlanta. I think he's going to do very, very well out there. But once Penix is off the board, then you're stuck with, okay, we have one guy that we got our eye on, and that's JJ McCarthy. By them trading up to number 10, that told you they wanted no parts of Bo Nix. They wanted no part of Bo Nix, and I don't blame them. I didn't want any part of Bo Nix.
Me neither.
So go ahead, trade up one spot, give up your 5th or 6th round pick, go get the guy that you want in JJ McCarthy. But on top of that, 7 picks later, you decide to trade up to pick 17 and draft a premier pass rusher in Dallas Turner, who very well might be the best pass rusher in this draft class. So you made those big, strong, risky moves that we may not have been used to when it came to these drafts. We were used to Kwesi trading down 20 spots with a divisional rival. We were used to trading back with Rick Spielman and getting all these 7th round picks. So for us to trade up into the top 10, grab your quarterback, and then double up 7 picks later and trade up with the Jacksonville Jaguars to draft that premier pass rusher, that's telling you right there, Kwesi ain't playing. I'm going to go and get the guys I want, and we're going to build a contender in Minnesota. And that made me extremely proud to call Kwesi Odofo-Mensah my GM. So I loved what he did in the draft. I loved what he did in free agency. Now we just got to put all that work that we did this offseason, let's put it onto the football field now. And that starts on Saturday.
F those picks, man. Hey, Delton got a good point. Like, Penix did run a 4.48. Like, he did show some speed and athleticism. I guess my thing was, you saw what Michigan, and you saw what Michigan did to him too. Imagine how he would have been looking in camp going against Brian Flores, man. I'm telling you right now, boy, they probably would have been like, nah, dog ain't ready. Like, dog need a couple years to develop. Like, I ain't gonna be trying to hear that. I ain't gonna lie to you. Because, like, when the pressure was on Michael Penix in the biggest game, he crumbled, boy. He crumbled bad. You know what I mean? That's not a good look.
He played a great team, though.
He did play a great team, but like, look, hey, look, Michigan, that's the closest you're gonna get to NFL type defenses right there, boy. The way they would, because they have a former NFL type coach too. Like, so they were trying to really simulate how the next level operates. That's Jim. Harbaugh had that organization running like that, bro. Like, hey, look here, man, we're gonna practice like we're already at the next level. We're gonna play like we're at the next level. Everything we do, we're building habits, because I know he's big on building habits, bro. And so like when he ran into Michigan, bro, he saw like that's what it's gonna be like in the next level, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
for sure.
Most definitely.
So
moving on, before we get out of here, man, we got one announcement and one like semi announcement. We're not going to give too much detail on the second one, but the first one this Friday, and you may have forgot about it, but this Friday, August 17th at 7
hold on, I thought it was
p.m.
Saturday. I thought it was Saturday. Is it Friday?
It's 17th it's next Friday then. Next Friday.
Next Friday. Okay.
Next Friday, August 17th. SKOL'd.
Yeah.
Shout out Curtis, or I think it's Johnny Football that actually came up with the name for us. As you guys know, we talk about Skol Fest every time we're on this live thing, but we're dumping our money into this thing. We're putting everything we can to go out there and network and put on a great party for you guys. But we like you guys chipping in and doing your thing and having your part and everything. So we are going to hold a SKOL'd show on Rap's channel, Vocal Vike, on YouTube, to raise some money for this Skol Fest thing. And this money's getting dumped right back into you guys. It's not like we're pocketing this money. This money is going to the DJ. This money is going to all your prizes and your giveaways. This money is going to everything that's going right back to the crowd. So make sure you guys tap in August 17th, 7 p.m. Central Time. That'd be 8 p.m. Eastern Time, because Rap always gets confused with time zones. So I got to clarify it that it's 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you guys tap in. We are going to do a SKOL'd. So Phil, if it's a quarter that you want to donate a quarter. If it's $10, $20, whatever you feel like you can give to Skol Fest, go ahead. We are not going to hold you to it. Every little bit helps, guys. We're trying to put on the biggest and best party every single year for the home opener. And like I say, every time I talk about Skol Fest, every year we are going to do it bigger and we are going to do it better. And I'm telling you right now, last year was great. This year is going to be that much greater, and I promise you that. So be sure to tap in August 17th, 7 p.m. Central Time on Vocal Vike YouTube channel. Throw your donations at us. It's going to be dumped right back into the Skol Fest event, and we're going to make it as big as possible, guys. So I'm looking forward to that. Make sure you guys tap in. We know you guys support, whether it be with you guys donating to an event or whether you just tap in for the shows. That means just as much for us. So be sure to tap in, and we're going to throw this. We're going to do it big. I promise you guys.
It's definitely going to be big. That's a fact.
It's going to be big.
It's going to be big.
It's going to be big.
I mean, for sure.
And then it's not really an announcement. We'll do an official announcement for things, and probably we'll be live in a couple days, but me and Rap and somebody else got something in the mix. So that's all I'm going to say. But
it's actually, I mean, it's not even in the mix. Like it's happening.
Oh yeah, it's happening. Like, and it starts on Monday. Just know that something's starting on Monday.
Yeah.
Look at the Vocal Vike YouTube page. Look at the Purple and Skull YouTube page. Look on the Twitter. Look on everything. We got some pretty big news as far as a show that we're putting together. That's already put together. That starts on Monday. So in the next couple days, and maybe tomorrow morning, be sure to look on those pages, those channels, for the official announcement. We got a big show coming on Monday, and it's going to be every week. So we got a new little get down going. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. Mary Fist says, doing a podcast from Skol Fest, a short one. Yeah, just like last year, we did about a 15, 20-minute kind of live show. We didn't record it. We did it all live. We're going to try and see if we can get some type of video footage of it this year. But yes, we will be doing a live show with multiple content creators. It's not just going to be me and Rap and Jamie and Casey from GG Sports, but we're going to have a whole lot more content creators. We're going to have some bloggers. We're going to have some Vikings riders that are going to be there. There's going to be a whole lot more content creators showing up to this event. So all the people you watch on YouTube that you want to see in person, that you want to have a beer with, that you want to talk Vikings in person, more than likely are going to be in the building. At SKOL'd Fest.
Yeah, they're going to be in the building.
Yeah, they're going to be in the building. So make sure you're there. It's at Corner Bar in Minneapolis. We'll probably, we'll put up the flyer every week, probably starting tomorrow or Monday. So you guys can make sure you get the address down and the time and the date and everything. So make sure you guys, again, RSVP your ticket. So when you RSVP your ticket, you get an automatic ticket into the raffle for our many prizes and giveaways. So make sure you RSVP. So when you come and check in at the live event, you get your ticket and you have your chance to win. So be sure to do that, guys. And again, look out for our big announcement within the next, I'm gonna say within the next 24 hours, right?
Yeah, I think we'll drop it. We'll drop it maybe Saturday the latest, like after the game, maybe, we'll see it. We'll see. Yeah, but it'll definitely be hours from now. Yeah, facts.
Yeah. And Gary, you can RSVP if you haven't seen the flyer yet. We'll put the flyer up, and there's a little QR code on that flyer that you scan. And it'll take you immediately to the Eventbrite page, and you can just RSVP there, and it'll send you an email with your ticket.
Yeah. So SKOL'd Mafia, hey SKOL'd, bro, you gonna like this announcement, bro. Watch.
A lot of you guys are.
A lot of y'all gonna rock. This gonna be lit. This gonna be lit. I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah, we're kind of joining forces.
It's gonna be fire. It's gonna be fire.
You guys are definitely gonna be looking forward to it.
You're gonna definitely be tapped in. I can promise you that.
Most definitely. It's gonna be entertaining. Most definitely. Clifford, my guy, we home opener. Yes, night before the home opener, make sure you're at SKOL'd Fest, man. We're gonna be out there September 14th at Corner Bar, 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Make sure you're there. We're gonna be turning up. And look, seating's limited. It's gonna be a packed out place. And right after our event's over, the UFC fights start. So the place is gonna be packed from front door to back door. So make sure you get there at a decent time so you can lock down some seats, because they will go quick. I'm pumped. I know Papa Gary's pumped. He's making it known. And I know Rap's pumped, and we're not the only ones pumped about the event. Again, if you went to last year's show, if you went to last year's SKOL'd Fest, that's just the tip of the iceberg. It's only going to get better, guys. So anything you want to say before we get out of here, Rap?
Nah, man, I just want to let everybody know, man, appreciate y'all tapping in as always, man. We love y'all for the support, like SK touched on, man. Like it's not all about donating money when we do our SKOL Fund Me, but at the end of the day, if you want to be a part of something great, there's your opportunity. But if you can't, just be in the show. You know what I mean? Hit the like button, hit the share button, like little things like that. Those things matter, and they make a difference. Whether you believe it or not, they do. They make a huge difference. So just make sure you're there. Make sure you tapped in with us, man, and we can't wait to see y'all, man. But it's going to be a fun next couple of days, all right? So first of all, I'm going live tomorrow night like I always do on Fridays, so we'll preview the game. So make sure y'all tapped in over there. We'll talk our ish, get some of y'all to call in. And then, Saturday night, man, we'll make an announcement that y'all have been waiting for. Maybe we'll do it tomorrow. I don't know. I guess we'll get together about that, but just be on the lookout for that, man. Like SK said, it's going to be exciting, and I can't wait for this season, man. I love being a Vikings fan because of y'all, man. Shout out to the gang in the building for a show, man. I got to give y'all a Ric Flair, man. We ain't done a Ric Flair in a minute, man. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Let's go.
There we go, y'all. So make sure, again, tap in August 17th on the Vocal Vike YouTube channel. 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Tap in, SKOL'd Fund Me. We appreciate you guys. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for Purple and SKOL'd Media, as well as Vocal Vike. I know we got all our regulars in here, but if there's any newbies, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We greatly appreciate it. And until next time, y'all, SKOL'd Vikings. Appreciate you, Purple Gang.
Holla at your boy.